All right, what's up, guys? Hey, Kyle Settles here. Hey, last few videos we've talked a lot about the mind. Okay. Hey, I want to start this video off with understanding that the only problem is us. Okay. The only problem you will ever have in life is you. You have to understand this. Okay. And it's going to take a lot for you to understand if you don't understand this, because our tendency, our conditioning is to blame external things, right? To blame the food, to blame the people around us, and to blame everything, okay? It's just the way it is, okay? But we have to understand that we are the problem and we are the solution always. And there are rules to happiness and laws to health and wealth, right? Happiness, health, and wealth. There are rules and laws. And my goal is to bring awareness to whoever is on the other side of the screen. And like I've said, a lot of this information is completely new. It's funny, I talk to people about this, and I remember myself when I first started learning about this, just completely foreign, right? The level of consciousness that I was at, what I was learning was so foreign. It took lots of repetitions and lots of studying for me to shift my paradigm and to shift my belief system, because that's the only way that we can shift our belief system is through repetition and perception and looking at the way we evaluate something, right? The way that you evaluate something is your belief. And the only way to change your belief is to look through different lenses, right? But again, like I told you, listen, most people would rather protect their truth, their conditioning, than understand something new or understand the truth, okay? And it's so true, guys. But I want to ask you something real quick, okay? I want to ask you a question, right? And I want you to remember this acronym. And you've probably heard this before. FASTER, right? FASTER. I want you to think about how much money you spend on each one of these. And I want you to be honest, okay? Don't lie to yourself, right? Be honest. When you're honest, truth allows for you to take responsibility, okay? So I want you to think about how much you spend on food, fast food. Add it up for a month. Fast food, Starbucks, snacks, all that stuff. How much are you spending on food? Now I want you to add up how much you are spending on alcohol, bottles of wine, beer, going out, having a drink, happy hour, all of it. Add it up. Now I want you to think about how much you spend on stimulants, energy drinks, coffee, stuff like that, right? Nicotine, anything along those lines. Now I want you to think about how much do you spend on treats, right? The cookies on the weekend, crumble, or gas station treats, or ice cream, or you know what I'm saying, treats. Add it up. Now I want you to add up how much you spend on entertainment, going to the movies, going out, going to ball games, going to concerts, entertainment. Okay, and then last one, I want you to, or actually second to last one, how much are you spending on recreation? Recreation. Okay, now add it all up. Now I want you to think about or write down how much are you spending on self-development? Yeah, this one, I remember this years back. This really opened my eyes, right? The truth hurts. How much are you spending on self-development? How much are you investing on you and your mind and your thinking? I'm going to be honest with you guys. Probably very little, if any. Okay. Some of you might say, oh, I go to the gym. Okay. That's great. But most people aren't. That is something for your body, right? And it can be for your mind if you understand, but most people aren't getting results. If we're going to be honest here, most people aren't getting results from the gym. They're not getting the results that they want from the gym because we blame the gym, the people, the equipment, the times. We blame everything except ourselves. We never take responsibility. And again, if this is not you, good. But for 99%, this is the case, okay? Most people's entertainment budget is way more than their self-development budget. And we need to flip that. We need to turn that upside down. We need to be spending more on self-development and learning. Study, knowledge, education, books, plugging into good stuff. Okay? The more you study, the more knowledge you have, the more understanding you have. I'm telling you guys, your level of consciousness, your level of awareness, it will take off like a rocket. And your level of awareness is everything, right? Think about it. We don't have anything in this world unless we have awareness. And most people's awareness is hardly there. Walking zombies, not looking left, not looking right, just conforming and consuming, right? I'm just being honest, right? Think about it, right? This drives me nuts. And you know what? If you're perfectly happy, right? If you happen to watch this video and you're perfectly happy, hey, maybe I'm not talking to you. Flip the video, get off here. You're in control. What are you staying here for, right? But most people aren't, right? The reality is most people aren't. And we have to be aware of these things, right? We're consuming all of this stuff we just talked about, and then we look at self-development. What are we learning? What courses are we plugging into, right? What are we doing? Not much. Hey, real quick, let's go over the law of compensation, right? I know I'm kind of getting off track, but we're going to talk about a lot on these videos. I have to. The law of compensation. A lot of people are wanting raises, right? I work with a lot of people. A lot of people want raises just because. I hear this one all the time. I've been here for 6 months. I've been here for a year. Guys, if you're at your company and you're thinking that way, I don't care if it's been a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. I'm just giving you the honest truth. Like, let me give you the law of compensation. The law of compensation says the demand for what you do, right, is what you're doing. Is there a demand for it, right? Your service or your product. Everything is a sell. Everything is a service or a product, no matter what. Now, let's look at your ability to do that. What is your ability, your skill level? How much value do you bring to the table? And then the third one is the honest truth. How hard are you to replace? Right? If you're valuable, you're very hard to replace. If you're not valuable, you're very easy to replace, right? This goes for sports teams. This goes for anywhere. That's why there's an on deck, right? We have an on deck in the football league or baseball league. There's people on the bench that are waiting to come in, right? And as soon as that person on the field or in that position is not bringing value to the table anymore, right? Or is starting to get content or lackadaisical, what happens? They're replaced. The people on the bench get off the bench and they go in the game. It's just the way it goes. We have to understand this. And some people will get offended. And it's funny to me, but that's why more than likely you're losing in life. If you're gonna win, you have to understand these things. The demand for what you do, the demand for your job, your service or your product, your ability to do that job, your ability to execute. And then number 3, how hard are you to replace, right? Are you easily replaceable or very difficult? Guys, we have to become more valuable. We have to learn, we have to study. But most important, we have to fall in love with what we're doing. It has to be a desire. It has to be something that we're passionate about, or else most likely we're not excited to get up in the morning and we don't want to learn it. We don't want to study. Like, we just have to wake up. And that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to get people to plug into and truly understand how things work. And it's funny because society, right? I've been around a lot of people, a lot of businesses. Most businesses, it's funny. They won't tell you this stuff, right? They'll talk all the way around the subject. They won't say anything, scared to hurt people's feelings, and will accept mediocrity and accept average instead of investing in their people, giving them more knowledge, access to more knowledge, so that they can bring more value, so that they can make more money, which in return, if your people are growing, your business is going to grow. And this goes for everything. This goes for sports teams. This goes for business. This goes for life, right? And a lot of people are just ignorant to this or just don't talk about it. And this is the problem. The truth is not talked about. The mind is not talked about, right? These things that we're talking about aren't talked about. And what happens is, if the truth is not talked about, you're not able to take responsibility for it. If I'm worried about your feelings all the time, because most don't have control of their emotions because they don't understand their mind and what is going on and why they're feeling a certain way, because they're blaming it on the external things, right? People or things. Dude, you can't ever take responsibility for anything. And this is the problem. This is why people stay in ruts. This is why people, I believe, get depressed. This is why mediocrity happens, right? It's because the leaders at the top, they allow it. And you know what? I don't. Like, if you're around me, like, you have to be great. You have to work hard. You have to learn, right? If think about it, if I'm going to give you access to me, right, and I'm going to spend time with you, like, you have to be growing. You have to be learning, or else by default, it's my fault. I fall into that trap. Like, once again, this is the problem. So hopefully you've taken away a few things. Again, leave your ego to the side. And again, if you get offended, I'm just telling you the truth. This is the problem with you. This is what's going on in your world right now. If anything that I have said offends you at all, dude, you're stuck on your own belief. You're not able to take someone else's opinion and examine it. Your ego is controlling your emotions, and therefore it is what it is, right? That is the truth. That is the truth. So anyways, as I'm on this dirt road, this is my favorite place to be. This is where I think, this is where I study. And over the last couple of weeks, I'm like, man, dude, if I'm gonna impact as many people in the world that I want, which is my goal, my desire, dude, I gotta just go. Right? I have to eliminate the fear. I have to get out of my own way. I have to post videos, regardless of 1 view or 10 views. It doesn't matter. I just have to put it out there. The action, the cause and effect, the action has to be done. So anyways, I'm going to cut the video off there. Hey, think about how much money you're spending on all that stuff. Now look at your self-development. Guys, study knowledge is everything. Study knowledge equals understanding, which equals happiness. Telling you guys, it is the most important thing in the world. But most people after school or high school or college, they never pick up a book or read a book again. And if they do, it's a kid book. So anyways, hope you got something out of this. Love you guys. See you on the next video.